Hello and welcome back to episode 88 of the Championship Rounds podcast. It's been a busy weekend, and it's going to be an even busier weekend next weekend. So we will get right into it. We'll start on Saturday in LA. Diego Pacheco defeats Kevin Lele Sadjo via UD, surviving a knockdown. In the process, I don't know. I thought it's just typical Pacheco, really. Good enough to beat a certain level of opposition in a competitive fight, but not elite at one point.
I mean, you thought. I mean, it looked like it was going to be a sort of typical Pacheco performance, just moving a bit more, and then it got tough. It's like what he was doing, like it was working, and he won like the first 4 rounds, not like comfortably, but a lot more comfortable than after that was. Like he was just kind of wasn't really putting any power into his shots, focusing more on speed and landing, and it was working. But I think ultimately that was the undoing. You need to put a dent in someone like Sadjo, or Sadjo, however you pronounce his name. Otherwise, he's not going to stop, and he didn't stop.
Even when he eventually got hurt, he didn't stop.
Yeah, and he was just wearing Pacheco down, and obviously the knockdown. And he won on my card, he won 4-5 rounds in a row or something like that. I mean, I had it a bit closer than most. I mean, Pacheco needed the last 2 rounds to win on my card. He did not need the last 2 rounds to win on the official cards.
I thought the real cards were a bit nasty.
I had it 114, 113, I think. Sogas had it 115, 112. I wanted to see I wanted to see him in that fight, and it's not a good look, considering like Sadjo is not the best guy in the division. But I mean, I guess it did answer some questions. Can he get through a tough fight against a tough opponent? Can he? What does he have in him in the final rounds to dig deep and do what he needs to do to win the fight? And well, yeah, he definitely does.
He has that, but any better opponent than that, I don't know if they're gonna let him off the hook by being lazy in the middle rounds and getting to drop him. I didn't expect him. I don't know how to explain. Like he's not. I don't think I've ever seen him hurt before, so I never expected anytime soon for him to be hurt, but he was. And fucking, you know how big he is. He just went timber and hit the floor hard as hell. So, but he got through it.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're pouring with jabs.
They're just really lazy and like soft. Like how he fights is just really like, what's the word, like sparring. Like I don't know. It's just not full on like fight mode when he fights.
I think it's a good point.
Yeah.
Like he fights in first gear a lot of the time, and I think with a lot of prospects now that have been developed, sort of since about 2018, 2017, maybe a bit earlier, like the matchmaking's so poor early on that they just like get really comfortable in like a first gear. And then when you like fight a pressure fighter that's gonna be relentless for 12 rounds, they just like fold under the pressure a bit. And like, yeah, Pacheco won the fight, but like, if he had a bit more urgency and actually wanted to like, when he was winning rounds early, pretty comfortably, actually stuck it on Sadjo a bit more. I know it's a bit basic analysis, but like, really dig in some body shots or stun him or try to like put a dent in him instead of just coasting the rounds. Like, maybe that fight's a bit easier. Maybe Sadjo's like just thinking, maybe I don't actually try and just walk him down constantly, because let's be honest, up until like 11th, was it? Sadjo didn't really get hurt at all. And it looked like Pacheco, who was sort of, he looked knackered after like 5 or 6. Couldn't keep the pace.
Yeah, you just have to put a dent in these type of fighters. You've got to give them something to think about so they won't just keep coming forward. And he really didn't like put like full power into his punches until the 11th. And what happened? Oh, he hurt him. Who would have thought?
He hurt him after Sadjo throws he didn't throw 1,000 punches, but he threw a fuck ton of punches. Like, it's near the end of the fight, and now when you're in danger of losing. Well, I guess he would have got the decision anyway, but like, you could have done that earlier. You probably could have stopped him if you did that earlier. And that would have been a really big thing if he did that. If he got off the floor and did that. But
Imagine if like they put him in with an Mbili or something. He's just like a much better and a much harder
faster,
punching
everything.
Sadjo, pretty much. I mean, you can't imagine that would have gone well. Like, if you're barely beating a Sadjo, you're not going to be an Mbili or the upper echelon guys of the divisions, like the Iglesias.
Don't even bother with that one. That's I don't even I guess maybe my answer would be different if it was before the Lister Martinez fight, but I'm not sure I'd pick Pacheco to beat Mbili, especially after watching that fight. Just now. Even though Mbili can be a bit erratic, he is like you said, a better version, like a much better version of Sadjo. So. He probably would have stopped him if he was in that same position Sadjo was in.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason they turned that fight down like 2 or 3 times when it got ordered.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, well, we saw why, pretty much.
Yeah.
He was just kind of wasting his time a lot. He kept sitting on the inside, just moving his head a lot. Like, I don't know. He had no idea what to do on the inside. Just stop doing it. You're 12 foot tall. Just use your jab. Keep on the end of your punches. Maybe that's too simple.
Yeah, I think a lot of kids today, sort of the younger sort of generation of prospects, think boxing long means you can't hurt somebody. Like you're just sort of flicking jabs out, and you're like making it a technical boxing match rather than actually, you can hurt someone with like a long range jab from miles out. You can hurt someone with a straight right hand, and it's like they think they can't, and they're just like flicking them out and moving their feet and not really planning. But like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think Pacheco is ever going to be a top level fighter, and I said it before. And I got a bit of stick for it. I think it was after the Nelson fight, but I just don't see it with him.
I think he'll win a world title.
Yeah, he'll win like a fragmented
He'll
build
win
against
some
someone
type
not
of
that
belt.
good.
Yeah.
So that's how
Yeah.
boxing works. So.
Or he'll beat some guy for an interim belt and get upgraded.
Your favorite?
Yeah. Well, they're looking at Munguia or Spears. I think he might be Munguia because I think Munguia's washed, but
No, yeah, he definitely beats McGill.
Definitely.
and yeah, would that be for? No, it wouldn't be. But if they went to Shearer's fight, it could be for the vacant WBO if Crawford gets rid of it. But who knows? Shearer's could fight in Billy for that WBC. It's all up in the air right now. But yeah. Anyway, we will move on. To the undercard. Joe Cordina just beat up Gabe Flores for the most part. From what I saw, I thought Flores had a few rounds sort of mid to late, but like for the most part, it was one way traffic in that fight. Flores just isn't very good, and Cordina can't really punch at lightweight. It's a very basic analysis, really, but yeah,
It was your typical Joe Cordina fight, pretty much. I mean, he's doing his offense well, and he's just getting caught when he's throwing. I mean, like, I didn't give Flores loads of rounds. I'm gonna give him a few, but he did catch Cordina clean. When he throws, I mean, he just sticks his chin up in the air, especially when he throws a hook, and he was getting caught clean a lot. But I just who cares? Nobody cares about that fight.
yeah,
Gay
pretty much.
Flores 2025, even Joe Cordina 2025. He's gonna get his head pinged about by Abdullah Mason.
Yep, that should be a nice little homecoming fight in Ohio, though. You could take that fight to Ohio somewhere. Main event him against, well, if Top Rank even have a TV deal, but you know,
I can have it on Tubi or on Facebook.
yeah, let's do that. We will move on though. Tito Mercado, battered Antonio Moran. He's quite good. He's one of these under the radar 140s.
Who would have seen that coming?
Yeah. I mean, it was a layup, wasn't it? Like,
He almost stopped him in the first round. So.
Yeah, I'm surprised he lasted that long.
He said he did it on accident, like he dropped him on accident. It's funny. He was like, "No, I want rounds."
yeah. And then Arturo Cardenas beat Cesar Vaca as well in that card. And yeah, that was about it. Chef Clark also won. But yeah, there wasn't much else on that show. So we will move on to another fight in LA or the LA area. Or California. That was in Stockton, the first one. Anyway, Noel McAlian beat Badou Jack in a pretty horrible fight to watch. Foul ridden, headbutt ridden, elbow ridden, rabbit punching ridden, but ultimately McAlian just fundamentals. He's jabbing his straight right hand won on the fight. He was a lot more clean, and Jack looked washed, to be honest.
I didn't think the first half was that bad. I mean, if you watch the fight back, because if you watch 6-12 and 1-6, it's pretty much a typical Badou Jack fight. Because he didn't do much in that second second half. He did most of his best work in the first half for some reason. I don't know what his idea was. And yeah, he's
outstanding.
He's 42, pretty much.
Girl, you knock me out.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the first fight. I think Jack was landing the best single punches, but Gevor was just throwing way more, and he was landing more. And, like once again, Jack is 42, and it showed. Like when you're 42, you're like, actually, I'm gonna switch up the thing I've done for the past since I got dropped in the first round. Well, stopped, and fight the first half and be tired in the second half.
Mix in a little headbutt action, little rabbit punch action.
You know, it was just scrappy and rough and ugly in the second half. Like
Yeah.
pretty much after like round 4, wasn't great.
One of the worst title fights I can.
Like Gevor's not like great himself, but you know, I mean, he's not in the best division, and I get, yeah, he is fundamentally sound. He's got a high engine. I mean, he is in the first round. He stunned Badou with a jab. Like I was watched the first one. I was like, what? They just get hurt by a jab, and he did get hurt by a jab. So that happened. Yeah, I don't know. Trilogy? No, nobody want a trilogy
Fuck off.
rubber match.
Fuck off.
I guess the first
Oh.
fight.
Fuck off.
Anyway, McCadian has one voluntary, which could be against Lopataya. But McCadian is under contract with Don King, so yeah. Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, that's not happening.
So yeah, who knows? Hopefully it happens, but you sort of needed Badou Jack to win that fight to make it happen.
Well, Lopataya beats them both, but it's a lot better than his competition recently.
That is his. But anyhow, we will move on. To the World Heavyweight title on Friday. Kurapula batters Murat Gassiev for 5 rounds. And then decides to do the thing that he always does and stick his hands out. And his kryptonite, just a single left hook, ices Kurapula. Murat Gassiev just drops him with a left hook, and that's it. Really, the one thing Gassiev has is a left hook these days, and that's the one shot Pulev gave him, and that's all she wrote. I was really happy because Gassiev's back, and I love him, but he is so washed. He is so washed, and I still sort of don't really know how he won that fight, to be honest. Well, I do because it's Pulev and he's 44, and he just stands in the ring like that there. Some big, stiff, stupid European fighter, but yeah, what a fight! What a fighter is Murat Gassiev. What a fighter he is. What a man.
He's the fourth cruiserweight champion to become a heavyweight champion. Let's go. Let's go. Look.
No, I'm not looking. I'm not. I'm just not. No.
Usyk should do his little buddy a favor, little bro a favor, vacate, and he can actually become a proper world champion before he fights a tower and loses. Yeah, that needs to happen. Hey, Usyk, vacate so he can become a proper world champion.
This is so nasty for me. You're so dirty.
2018 Gassiev was back.
He's not. He's not.
He pulled the Dorzikos hook. Pulled the Dorzikos hook out of his arsenal. We thought it was retired. It wasn't.
It's over. It's unfortunate, but
Never over. He has a nice little
over under a Talma stopping Gassiev in 45 seconds.
He's not stopping Gassiev in 45 seconds. Gaziev can take a punch. I mean, he might get stopped.
They'll also look
because-
at each other, and not throw any punches for a minute. So
it's out for
nothing meaningful.
maybe Gaziev chins him. I mean, it's probably. I think I like the Gaziev fight better than the Pulev fight. I mean, imagine like a hook detonating off Pulev's chin. He's like 60 years old. Yeah, he would stop Pulev in a round. He might not stop Gaziev in a round. But they're both a waste of time fight. Pretty much. It doesn't develop Itama at all. He doesn't learn anything from either of those fights. It just gives him a stupid secondary belt. Although it's not a secondary for Gaziev.
They'll get him. They'll get Itama any type of belt to claim he's a fucking champion.
We need I don't know, Gaziev versus Chisora. That was good enough for me. Pay-per-view, O2 Arena, sell out.
We need Gaziev versus Ebenezer Tete.
For fuck's.
But yeah. Yeah. He's going to get chinned by Itama. As much as I don't want it to happen, he's going to get battered. Yeah. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. But anyhow, the main fight on that undercard, Bahadur Usmanov beat Maxi Hughes by majority decision. Very close fight. Probably came down to the last 2 rounds. Probably 5 each after 10. And it's just how you score those last 2 rounds. I had it a draw. Could have easily gone either way though. It's a fair result. I didn't like the 116-112 scorecard though. But it's a fair result given there's another close decision like that.
I also had it a draw. Is that like Maxi was just cooking and then like his energy bar just was like no.
No. We're good.
You're running on E, buddy. And then Then he came back a little bit in like the 11th and the 12th, but he probably lost the 12. But I mean, I guess it depends. And they must have given. Well, I guess they definitely did give him a few of the early rounds. Somehow, I mean, I don't know. The first 5 rounds just felt like clear for Maxi Hughes, and then the second 5 just felt clear for Usmanov. Yeah, I can't really see that any wider than 7-5 either way, but what can you do? The right man won, I guess. Yeah, it's a good fight to watch. Maybe we have a good amateur. We get an amateur actually doing well in the second half of the fight. Wow.
It's because he's not from. It's because he's not from Uzbekistan. He's from Tajikistan.
Same thing.
He's from my land. Respect my land.
Oh, they're all the stands. Stand.
But yeah, I think a body shot changed the fight in the 6th round, and it took the wind out of Maxi, and he couldn't really recover from it. And it was only when Usmanov slowed down that he could manage to like claw a round or so back. But yeah, good fight. It was a good fight. Also on that card, Quarantine Agbra got revenge over Neri Munoz. Beat him by UD. Munoz did practically nothing in that fight. Yeah, really disappointing from him. And Vadim Musayev iced Longin Benge in 3 rounds and just battered him. Didn't see that coming at all. I thought Musayev might win. Yeah, he iced him. I thought Musayev might win the fight, but I didn't expect that.
Yeah, that happened.
Fucking
Yeah.
stretched.
Crazy. But yeah. What a performance. What we will move on to Thursday. We'll just mention that Iman Katayev battered Adam Dean, stopped doing 3 rounds. Nothing more on that card. Nothing really to say. We've all had our say on Katayev, and where he sort of stands at light heavyweight, and yeah, we all knew what Adam Dean sort of was as an opponent. So yeah, we will go to Mexico now on Saturday. Jose Salas Reyes defeats Landale. I can't pronounce his second name. To win the vacant IVF bantamweight title. Was a relatively competitive fight for about 3 or 4 rounds, and then Landale's sort of legs went a little bit. He stopped moving as much, and Salas just battered him. I didn't like the stoppage. Thought it was a little early, but yeah,
Very
Salas.
early to me.
Yeah, but Salas was well on the way to sort of winning that fight, and very, very clearly. I think he probably would have stopped him, like maybe in about the 10th or 11th, if he kept the pace up and kept going the way he was. But yeah, the stoppage was a little bit premature, I think.
Definitely.
Well, if I thought the Wardy Parker stoppage was premature, then that one is
No,
insane. Like,
he
that's
wasn't even
just
hurt. At least Parker was hurt, but like that shit was disgusting. But yeah, it
Yeah,
probably
I
would have
don't
happened
know.
anyway. But
It would have, but you could just, this is a title fight. You can't stop. Like, that's a bad, like, that's what we would call, like, if a prospect got that, we'd be like, oh, prospect stoppage. Pretty much, you pretty
in
much
a
just got
title
prospect
fight,
stoppage to win a
in
world
a
title.
title fight, yeah.
Well done, ref.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. But, well, I didn't watch the fight, so that's all I have to say about it. I just saw the stoppage.
There wasn't much to go off of.
Yeah. I think Salas is quite good. I don't think he's the best bantamweight. I think him versus Medina would be pretty fun. But that's never going to happen, unfortunately. But yeah. He's a good fighter. It's interesting. The post Nakatani era at 118 before Bam gets there. There's been some decent fights. But yeah. Fun enough. But we will move on. Also in Mexico on Saturday. Luis Alberto Lopez beat Miguel Miega or Mejia via third round TKO. He just battered him. He could have stopped that fight at any point. He was showboating in the like first minute, trying to rile up the crowd. But yeah, he just battered him, and I don't know where he goes now. I don't know what they're gonna do, and I've got a horrible feeling, and I can see him fighting Oscar Valdez.
Oh, for fuck. Oh, come on.
I can see him fighting Oscar Valdez for an interim WBO title at 130. Because it's top rank.
Can we not?
Can you see that though? Can
I
you
don't
honestly?
want to see it, but you just put it in my brain, so now I have to see it. You just ruined my entire fucking day with that. God. Oscar Valdez in the big 2026.
Yeah. I mean, he's back. Valdez is back. Yeah, I worry about Bernardo though. After that Leo knockout and what happened after it, I worry about him.
Yeah, it should be illegal for you to fight after having a brain bleed.
No matter how small it is.
Like, yeah, we don't care if you recovered. You can't fight again. Now,
Can he even
fuck
fight
off.
in the US?
I don't know. Probably not,
Because
otherwise he would be.
yeah, he's fighting on these like tiny Mexicali shows, and like he's not even fighting on like a box star show or anything. He's fighting on like these weird tiny Mexicali shows on YouTube, and it's like, what's really the point? You know? But anyway, I can see a fight against Lara as well. Actually, just make that fight. Make Lara against Lopez, and they both retire after it.
Maybe not. Laura might kill him. I mean, Laura's washed, but he hasn't had a brain bleed,
Yeah,
as
but
far as I know.
Bernardo might just batter him.
He might not.
Like, have you seen like the thing with Lara is like he is so washed that anyone can batter him, but he
Okay.
can also just take your head off.
Well, make it and have it billed as washed versus brain damage, and we'll see who wins.
That's like half the fights in boxing, though, isn't it? Especially British boxing. Jesus Christ. But yeah, 130, man. What a division. What a division. Um, just don't put him in with Navarrete, please. Don't put him in with Navarrete. Whatever you do, because I can see that fight happening as well, which is scary. Um, but we will move on to the Dominican Republic. Eric Rosa is like, I know we didn't really think he was any good to begin with, but my god, he's somehow worse now. Um, he fought a Mexican kid. Let me just get the name. He fought an 18-year-old called Luis Enrique de la Mora Beltran
What name?
on Saturday. And he might not have won a round, but they somehow gave him the decision. I scored the fight 98-92. Yeah, he is finished. Like, completely finished.
Did he ever start? Would
I
be my
mean,
counter to that.
Maybe.
I mean,
If he started, tell me when he started. Because when he did start, it was a couple fights in, he got dropped immediately.
yeah.
He's been down like a smooth like 7 times, and how many fights he's had? Like a dozen, if that.
Yeah, we
You
dropped down
know,
by.
maybe Takami just finished him. He took a beating in that fight for longer than he should have.
Yeah. Yeah. And to be fair, this Beltran kid, he did clearly have some ability. And if he could punch, he would have stopped Rosa. But yeah, I didn't. He's done, man. He's done. It's time to start selling your name as a former world champion. Let's be honest. Go fight like Yukichi Water or someone like that, or just sell your name now. You're done.
Or retire. Because you're not very good. Because Iwata would bat him and stop him. Iwata can punch.
Yeah.
Like, funnily enough, he'd probably get stopped quicker than he did against Takami, even though Takami's better. Just because Iwata can punch.
Go fight Eric Goodell on Pro Box. Yeah. But yeah,
Bloody hell.
also on that show, Edwin Danos Santos is back in the mix. He iced Elliot Chavez in about 30 seconds. Yeah, not much to say. He was fighting just a journeyman level opponent who had been, nothing special, and De Los Santos can punch. He just took him out. But it's good to see De Los Santos back. He's a good fighter. He can be in some fun fights. Like the Shakur fight was just an anomaly, really. Just terrible style matchup, terrible fight. Both fought horribly, and then obviously the Keyshawn thing happened. So yeah, he's back. And there's fights for him at either 140 or 135.
Yeah. I mean, it's Shakur, so what can you do? You're going to lose to Shakur no matter what. I mean, he didn't do anything. I mean, it was both of them, but, it's fine. As long as he gets active again.
I'd watch him versus Sam Oaks. Definitely. Him versus, I don't know, Usmanov even. But yeah, there's a lot of fights for him.
Yeah, I'd watch him versus anyone, really. Except Shakur.
Yeah, apart from Shakur again. Yeah. Also on that show, there was one other fight I'll mention. Jonathan Cabrera against Hiram Iraq Diaz. If you want to see one of the worst refereeing performances this year, just watch that fight because it should have been stopped multiple times, and he ended up getting badly knocked out. Horrid refereeing, but Jonathan Cabrera is an interesting prospect. He's big, he's strong at feather, and he can punch. He did actually get dropped in that fight. He took a body shot and sort of slipped over, but wasn't really hurt, and then just battered him. So yeah, interesting player. I think he's got a WBA ranking. Like every single Dominican fighter ever has a WBA ranking. So yeah, we will move on. Talking of WBA rankings, they had a show at their convention this week. It was meant to be Kevin Hayler Brown against the Hebrew Hammer for the WBA interim super lightweight title, but the Hebrew Hammer tested positive for PEDs again on the day of the fight, literally about 6 hours before the event. So yeah, not great. Just the WBA to WBA things in it. So Kevin Hayler Brown fought Amos Kawa and won a 10-round UD in typical Kevin Hayler Brown fashion. In typical Cuban fashion, he just outboxed him. Didn't really stop him. Didn't really force the issue. And yeah, did a Cuban.
I mean, I think at this point, like, they might need to ban Clay Selden from boxing for life.
Should have been done that. He probably was on stuff when he beat Judah.
He was probably on the stuff for like 10 seconds after he was born.
Okay.
He needs a refund because he's terrible. Like, I've never seen somebody be on PEDs and be that bad. Like, he's juiced up and like barely scraping by journeyman in fights he probably should be losing on New York club shows. Like, he's just not very good. Yeah, get him out of the sport, man. Ban him. It's time. It's time. Yeah, not good at all. There was a very fun fight on that undercard that we'll mention. Actually, we'll mention a couple of fights on there. Jordan Orozco against Carlos Rodriguez, a very, very fun bantamweight fight. Orozco was clearly the harder puncher, though. Dropped Rodriguez in, I think, the second or first round, quite early. Then it just turned into a bit of a war until Rodriguez wilted in the 7th, and then got dropped at the end of the 7th and stopped at the start of the 8th. And it was a really fun fight for however long it lasted, but I think Akorzo is an interesting player at bantam. He's big, he's strong, he can punch. 15-0, 15 KOs now. And yeah, he's a really interesting player. Only 21 as well.
Yes.
I think he's a good fighter. A really good fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And he's very fun to watch. But yeah. Also on that show, we will mention Uranus Tellez is back in the mix. Just beat up Kendo Castaneda and got a RTD 5 win. But he didn't look great. Especially early on in that fight, he looked a bit fragile, I guess you could say. So yeah.
Oh, not great.
Yeah. I don't know with him, man. I don't know. I don't know where he's gonna go. Or what he's gonna do. Probably get a WBA interim shot again at some point soon because he's with Box Lab. But yeah. We will move on. I'll quickly talk about something. That probably only I'm interested in here. But I will quickly run over it. So this past week there was USA Nationals. It was the national tournament. A few good fighters. I uploaded some of the fights. There's a couple of really, really good guys in there. Probably your standouts. Marcus Luther, 18-year-old kid from DC. He was very, very good. Got a couple of stoppages in there as well. He really impressed me. Saleem Esbay, obviously, he's been a amateur star for a while out of Philly. Really good kid. And then you guys, Levant Brownlee was impressive. Isaac Parker as well. He's particularly impressive. I really like Isaac Parker. And there's a lot of hype around Joseph Awongia. At heavyweight, only 18. I watched him at the Youth Worlds at middleweight last year, at the World Boxing Youth Worlds, and I think he's going to be quite good as well. So yeah, there's lots of talent coming out the USA right now, which is good. Also, the IBA Worlds, Rogers in that tournament was ridiculously good. Won silver. I thought he got robbed. And there was an incident. I won't go over all of it, but there was an incident in one of the finals. Abdulmanik Kalikov, I posted a video on my Twitter. I thought he got robbed in the final, but he also got bitten. And there's some controversy over that right now in the amateur boxing game. He got clearly bitten on the ear in the final. And yeah, there's a lot of controversy going on right now because yeah, he clinches and then just tries to bite his ear off.
Where have we seen that before?
Yeah, channeling it. Channeling it.
Yeah, maybe his idol was Mike Tyson.
Don't know why that would be your idol.
Maybe he's like idolizing him too much. I was gonna say something, but maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah, we will move on quickly. Very, very quickly. So the previews, I guess we're gonna do probably a couple of episodes this week, so we won't do all this weekend's fights. We're gonna do all right. We'll do 3 episodes actually, because we're gonna do a whole 3-hour special on the comeback of Ebenezer Tete.
No.
We will we will start on Wednesday. Where do we start? We'll start in Australia. Tim Tszyu is fighting Anthony Velasquez. Tim Tszyu obviously coming off another stoppage loss, this time to Sebastian Fundora. Yeah, I mean, I would have thought he would have needed a bit of a longer break. He's lost 3 of his last 4, been stopped in 2 of his last 3. And the only win in that time was Joey Spencer. They've somehow found someone worse than Joey Spencer in Velasquez. This is sort of on a Danny Dignam level of middleweight, from what I've seen. And if Tim Tszyu struggles here, he should just finish. Like,
Some
straight
say
up.
should already finish.
Yeah, some would say, but like if he's Australian, this is on pay-per-view, so like he can just make money on pay-per-view, I guess. In Australia, I guess he'll fight Michael Zarafa after this as well.
Maybe his career is just gonna be not now fighting someone shit, fighting someone good and losing, then go back to fighting someone shit, then fighting someone good and losing. He's gonna fight someone good. He's gonna stop him pretty emphatically because that shit. And we're like, oh, he's back. He's coming for another world title.
Are you
Watch
talking
out.
about Anthony Yard right now?
Well, no, he doesn't even stop the shit people anymore.
Yeah. I hope he's okay. He's one of these guys that I just hope's okay. Maybe I'm getting soft, but like the signs in that Fundora rematch, like just getting dropped instantly in the first round and just taking a peppering, and it's like it didn't look good at the end of the 7th, and he got retired, and I thought, I don't know. I don't like you coming back this quick. I hope you're okay. But yeah, I don't know. He should win this fight, but you never know with someone whose chin's gone. So yeah, it's not great. I don't. This is at middleweight, so like I guess. I guess that because they're trying to get what's his name, Henry Savadra, the vacant WBO, and Yanabek gets rid of it. And I can already see that fight happening in Australia on pay-per-view. For a middleweight title.
Won't be happening when he gets chinned by Denzel Bentley.
After Vader's win that fight, and they're gonna have it in Australia, and they're gonna send Denzel Bentley down under to get chinned. And then you're gonna get Savadra knocking out Tim Tszyu as well, because you know Andrew Savadra is gonna end up as a Ring Magazine middleweight champion because that's how bad the division is. And then he's gonna lose to Mateo Tapia.
This is all Janabek's fault.
Yep, pretty much. We will move on to the undercard of this. Sam Goodman is back against Tyler Blizzard.
Ew.
I think I might have seen Tyler Blizzard once against Rocky Ogden. I can't remember.
Yeah, I've seen him. He's not that good, but neither is Sam. Not so good, man.
Goodman should start boxing though. Really.
Or go life and death because he's Sam Goodman.
Or just his eyes are gonna explode and he's gonna get a cut and he's gonna get stopped on cuts because he is Sam Goodman. What a weird career. And this is at featherweight, by the way. Boxrec is wrong, and the ring needs to take Goodman out of the rankings. At Super Bantam, he hasn't made Super Bantam since July 2024. Enough of this woke nonsense. Get him out of the rankings.
Oh, he's a featherweight now. This legitimizes Nick Ball's win over him.
Oh God, we'll get onto him later. But yeah, there's also an interesting fighter on this undercard, Callum Peters. He was impressive in Paris. He's fighting for the Australian middleweight title. He's 4-0, 4 KOs. He'll be built the Australian way. And he'll be headlining pay-per-views next year probably. But he's an interesting fighter. He's definitely like in a weak middleweight division. He's one of the better prospects I think coming through. But yeah, it's early stages, so yeah, we'll see. But he's interesting. But we will move on to the main card that we're going to preview this weekend on Wednesday. In Tokyo. Tsutsumi headlines defending the WBA bantamweight title. Because they've just given it to him again. They're just giving it to whoever they want now, the WBA. He's fighting Nonito Donaire in 2025. I am worried for Donaire in this fight. I worry a lot here. He's totally done. He's finished, and Tsutsumi the guy that's going to give him a bad beating because he can't punch hard enough to stop you, like with one shot early, like Inoue did. But he punches hard enough to do some serious damage, and he's already done serious damage to people in his career. And I really worry about Donaire here because he's totally washed. I have no idea how anyone thinks this is going to be remotely competitive. It's relatively evenly priced with the bookmakers. Tsutsumu's a favourite, but it's not a mismatch, and I'm worried about Donaire. I think his corner should be having the towel in their hand from the very first bell here. I don't like this fight at all.
Maybe they should have it in their hand before the fight starts. Maybe you should do a Curtis Harper.
Okay.
Well, like, not only is he washed, but he's like 50 and he's having to make weight. It's not great. And again, someone like Tsutsumi, I don't know, unless he lands a punch from the gods. This will be an actual punch from the gods if he chins Tsutsumi. He's just going to get bad. And yeah, it will be like a prolonged beating because, Tsutsumi can't punch. Well, if you're a fan of Donaire, you're not going to like Wednesday.
Still watch.
If you hate Donaire, you're going to have a great time.
Stephen G.
If you hate Donaire, you're a weird person, but
Yeah. But if he wins, it'll be kind of crazy.
If he wins,
43 years old, beat his own record.
If he wins, we need Takuma Donaire unification.
That doesn't even sound right. Holy shit.
You can write down
unifying belts in 2026.
You can write down on Donaire's Hall of Fame resume. Stopped by the Inoue brothers.
Okay.
If Donaire wins, we need him to fight Estrada.
What do we do?
We need Estrada to become a...
We need to let the old brothers go.
Or actually, Ioka.
No,
because
that's
Ioka's fighting a WBA eliminator, isn't it?
No, I'd rather Estrada. I need Estrada to be a free division champion. It doesn't matter how he does it. I need it to happen.
Yeah. But what the hell is going on, man? Nonito Donaire in 2025.
Yeah, what's going on? Devin Haney being a free division champion and Estrada not.
Estrada will be. He's fighting the eliminator. He'll beat Tension and he'll be in the soon enough, won't he?
But then he'll get chinned by Takuma.
Maybe. But we will see. But seriously, I would like a Takuma against said Tsutsumi rematch, but doesn't look like it's going to happen next. I don't know what they're going to do next, but doesn't look like it'll be that fight, unfortunately. It looks like Takuma's going to fight what's his name, Ioka, on the Nakatani card. So yeah, I don't know. I'd like Tsutsumi against Reyes would be fun. But we will see. Also on this card, there is a very interesting fight. A unification: Kiyosuke Takami against Rani Santiago. I think this is a good fight. I think it's a tough fight because what's his name? Takami's clearly weight drained. And yeah, I just think this is a solid fight, man. Santiago's tough. He keeps coming forward. And he sets a high pace, and I think that's going to be very, very difficult for Takami to deal with if he is drained. I make Takami a favorite, but it's a good fight. It's a solid fight. So yeah, it's just a good unification, really, and probably favoring Takami on points.
Yeah, that would probably be the most likely outcome. I think Santiago's smart enough to not be chinned or beat on.
Yep. He's tough enough as well. It's just a good fight. It's a really good fight. So yeah, it's just solid, isn't it? I think the winner of this is moving up, obviously, or if it's Takami, he's moving up. I think you'll probably see what's his name, Daya Kira fight for the vacant title. He's fighting for a WBA eliminator on the Ioka card as well. And it wouldn't shock me to see Takami go straight into a Sandoval fight either.
Maybe, but he's got to win first.
Yeah.
Because, like, Santiago can box, and I don't know how well Takami can do with a mover. Can he carve a ring? I don't know. We haven't seen it yet.
I think he should be fine.
And, you know, he's obviously he's drained, so if he loses rounds early, does he have it in the second half? I mean, obviously, you know, beating Rosa is who can't beat Rosa. But against someone who's actually skilled, and I mean, that type of style is just hard to beat unless you're a great pressure fighter or can carve the ring. And we'll find out if he can. I mean, I think he should be able to. Maybe Santiago will be an idiot and fight Takami's fight rather than the fight he fought when he won the title.
You thought he pressed the
if
action against Bomber. He pressed
well,
Bomber.
you got no
Or
choice.
someone's
It's a
got
bomber.
Yeah,
Someone's got to do something. Yeah,
Yeah.
if not, nothing's gonna happen.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Against Iwata, I mean, you just got to fight that fight against Takami, and he can't win. I wouldn't be surprised if he does win, but I'm not picking him to win because Takami's very good. Although I would have preferred him to vacate and fight a flyweight.
Yeah. Pretty much. He is a big guy. He is a very big guy. Or he's a very small guy, but he's a big guy relative to where he is. But we will move on. Anthony Olasquago is back. He's fighting Taku Kurihara, defending the WBO flyweight title. This is a weird one because I don't think Olasquago is that good. He's fun, but limited. but I also think Kurahara's probably got the perfect style for him. Essentially, to beat Olaswagi, you've got to be able to move for 12 rounds, and I don't think Kurahara already does. He's going to stand at mid to long range and have it out with him, and that's Olaswaga's fight. And yeah, it's going to be either a pretty clear decision for Olaswaga or a pretty big knockout. Similar to the Ikui rematch. Or the Ikui first fight, sorry. If that happens. So yeah.
You just never know with Wallace Quagga. I don't know. Maybe he's gonna do him like he did Kano. I don't know. Or he's gonna get outboxed and get gifted a decision because the judges hate Japanese fighters in Japan. Who knows? Or he's just gonna win. I don't know with him. It's hard to tell because he's not that good. But he can just chin someone or get a gift. Maybe it's because I don't know. Maybe he's bloody Nakatani's BFF. Maybe that's why he gets gifts, or it's just probably that they just give gift decisions to non-Japanese fighters in Japan. I don't know.
That's still puzzling to me. It's some of the weirdest stuff ever, like the bias against your own fighters.
It's because JBC and the bribing scandal they had, and now they're just super duper opposite of it. Like,
yeah, it's so weird. Like, I don't know, man. It's
like you don't want your fighters to become a champion. Like, no, Kiguchi to become a free division champion. No, okay, cool.
that was so that fight, man.
Yeah,
Doesn't
and he
really get
retired
talked
as
about.
well. He
Yeah.
retired after it as well. Like he could still be fighting. This could be his title defense right now, making a good paycheck from Riyadh. But he's
Kiguchi versus Ban. Correct.
Oh god.
Okay, let's go.
Oh god. But yeah, 4 Division World Champion Kiguchi. Imagine the scenes.
Like I don't even think I can imagine it.
But yeah, that's just an interesting fight. It's a decent little fight. It was meant to originally be someone else, Imura or whatever he's called. But he pulled out literally like 2 hours before the press conference to announce the card. So yeah, it's him.
Probably good because I don't think I would have picked Olasquaga to beat Imura. You never know.
Yep, you never know. Also on this show, Saigo Yorikui is back in an 8-rounder against a Filipino whose name escapes me. Vincent Nakara, I think he is fighting. If I just look it up quickly, he is fighting. Why isn't that on the schedule? Jesus Christ. It's not on the schedule I'm looking at. 1 second. Yeah, he's fighting Vincent Nakar. Good to see him back, but I don't know how washed he's going to be after that Kenshiro fight. It's a very, very tough fight. I think it's probably taken a lot out of both of them. But yeah, he's a good fighter. I hope he's okay, and he can definitely be in the mix at flyweight.
At least he took more of a break than Kenshiro did.
Yeah.
So obviously he won't look as. I mean, well, Kenshiro didn't really look bad, but I guess he did lose. But he was fighting a good fighter.
I don't know.
He'll probably look fine.
His feet were a lot slower.
Yeah.
He lost that bounce as well. Like he didn't look awful, but he definitely looked faded. Definitely.
Yeah. He did. His fights and getting older. You know, yeah, they do say lower weight fighters age quicker. It's less so these days, but they I guess they do age quicker relative to higher weight fighters.
Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see where he goes. If he's going to stay at flyweight, there's options for him. Him versus Ibuki would be very, very fun. The rematch. I don't know who I'd pick in that fight. Obviously, we all know what happened in the first one, but Ibuki's got to get through Alvarado as well. But that would be a fun fight, I think. I'd watch that. Definitely. But anyway, we will move on. There's another card on Wednesday that we'll just quickly mention. Giorgio Vizioli is fighting Joe Howard for the English title at the Indigo at the O2, and John Hedges is fighting Ennis Zorro for the English Cruiserweight title on that undercard. It's a decent little Wednesday night boxing thing, just sort of 2 domestic title fights on a small hall from Matchroom. A few of their prospects are out on it as well. They could potentially be a good fight. I think Hedges against Zorro, there's a potential upset there. I think Zorro can definitely win that fight. I'll probably pick Zorro to win that fight as well. But it's an interesting little fight. Vizioli's meant to be a good prospect. So yeah, I'm not too mad at these little like Wednesday shows at small halls that have a couple of decent title fights on them. I think they're probably good for the sport. Just keep it ticking over. It's good. It's good for the game. And also Taylor Bevan's on that undercard as well. He's one of the better prospects in the UK. But we will move on to Thursday now. We'll do Thursday, and then we'll do the rest of them on the second episode this week. There's a ProBox card on Thursday. I believe it is in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Headlined by Ramon Cardenas. He's back fighting Eric Robles Ayala. For those of you who don't know who that is, or forgot who that is, he beat Lee McGregor in 2023 to win the IBO title, then got knocked out in 2 rounds by Liam Davis to lose that title. Interesting fight. I think Cardenas should win, but you never know with people who take extended beatings from Naoya Inoue how bad they're going to look after it. But I guess Cardenas should be winning that fight pretty comfortably.
Has he fought since the
No,
Inoue fight? Oh,
no, he hasn't. This is a comeback fight.
That's a pretty good rest. I mean, it's very long off. Maybe he could have just took the whole rest of the year off and came out next year, but it's a pretty long rest, I guess.
Yeah, like I'm expecting him to win. Don't get me wrong, but like you never fully know until you've seen him, sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean to take a lot of punches.
Yeah, and let's not forget the Acosta fight, which I thought he lost. He got dropped in that fight, and that was a war as well in February. He's had 2 tough fights this year. 2 very tough fights. So yeah, maybe we've seen the best of Goldenlass. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out.
I think we will, but not against Robles. I think he'll beat Robles pretty comfortably, whatever version turns up. But yeah, interesting fight. On this undercard, gold medalist from Tokyo, Herbert Conceicao is fighting Paul Kroll, battle undefeated. Middleweights, even though Kroll's not really a middleweight, he's a super welter, really. Even though his last fight was at 165, but his fights before that were some at welter, some at 154. So who really knows what division he's in, really? And then Michael Williams is back after losing to Antonio Moran. He's back against Eyal Valtierra. And then you got your typical ProBox guys on there. There's one of the about 5 million VA brothers on this undercard. Eugenia Martinez, like it's just ProBox.
Yeah.
It is just ProBox. But we shall move on Unless anyone else has any thoughts on that card that they want to share. I doubt anyone does.
No.
Okay, we will move on. Big news this week. Bruce Carrington against Carlos Castros for the vacant WBC title on January 31st. Because the WBC has stripped Cowboy Steph, the scooter. Stephen Fulton has been stripped.
Yeah, well, he said he vacated.
So sure.
He said he vacated after the WBC stripped him.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Like, it's like when a football manager resigns before they get sacked, isn't it? It's like we all know what happened.
Mm.
Let's not like pretend anything else happened there.
Yeah. What can you do?
Yeah. Is what it is. There's other news on that fight as well. So Oshaki Foster's saying he's going to stay at 130. Hopefully he gets a Navarrete Nunes winner, even though there's a WBO mandatory due for that. So, God knows. I say just vacate the WBO if they're going to try and force Charlie Suarez, and then Nunes can or Navarrete can unify the IBF and WBC titles with Foster. Look at that fight. Or even fight Tsutsumi against Dickens winner. Which is obviously going to be Jazza Dickens because he's going to knock out everyone now. And he's going to run through the division. But yeah, we will see. And obviously that means that Ricardo Nunes against Yadi Herrera is going to be for the interim WBC lightweight title. There's going to be 2 interim WBC lightweight titles given out in the space of like a month. So, and they say boxing's dying. Couple of other bits of news. Nick Ball against Brandon Figueroa got announced for February in Liverpool. Interesting fight. We're finally getting big name fighters back over to the UK. It's been enough time. And yeah, Andrew Kane is fighting a WBC eliminator against Gonzalez on the undercard as well. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's about it. And obviously, like the world's awaiting the return of King Tete. So we're eagerly anticipating the return. But yeah.
True.
I guess that's it. So thank you for listening to episode 88, and we will see you soon.
See you in episode 89.